The next option we are going to see about is called, what is the advantage I'm going to get when I use the declarative versus the scripted? Let's see them one by one. Okay. So for that, let me go to the classic. So to go back to the classic, there will be a small door icon. Just click on that. It will take you to the classic. Let me create a scripted. I'm going to create two pipeline jobs just to show you the difference. The first, I'm going to create one called scripted. The same way, let me create one more job called declarative. And I'm going to create pipeline. And I'm going to create it. First, in the scripted, let me write a small snippet with a, it will be just printing something. So this is scripted. So the first advantage you are going to get in the scripted versus declarative is, if there is any error or syntax error in the code, declarative will compile the complete file and it will tell it before executing the code. But when you see in the scripted, it will not do that. Okay, it will run that particular stage, and only when it is trying to execute the command, it will fail. So let's see the example. So in the scripted, let me write node build code stage called test code test. And in a echo command in Groovy, you need to give them with the quotes. If you just give them the integer, it will fail. Okay, so this is a known issue. I'm just trying to mimic it. So let me just save this first. So the same issue, I'm going to write it with the declarative. Pipeline and any changes stage build steps go let me create one more stage test steps executing test go 1. So this is intentionally I'm giving the error here. So let me save this and let me open the blue ocean in a new tab. So now let me run the, open up the declarative here. This is my declarative. Let me open the scripted also here. In the blue ocean, I'm opening it. Let me run the scripted. If I open this, you can see that the build job has completed, but when it is running the test job, it is failing, right? But when I run the declarative, you select the job, the complete job is failing, right? So even before starting the job itself, it's failing. But in the scripted, it has executed the build stage, and in the test stage only it is failing. Just imagine you are writing a job and which will have some activities which will take 1 hour to complete. Okay. At the 45th minute on that step, if it is failing, we'll be in a big trouble. So declarative compiles the code and check for any syntax error before executing that particular step. Okay. So this is the first advantage of scripted versus declarative. So the next thing I'm going to do is, let me fix those errors in my, let me remove the echo step. Remove that. Okay, and save it. So I'm having 4 tabs here. So one, I have opened the code here, and declarative also. I'm removing that echo 1 line and saving this. And let me close this and run the scripted ones. It should be successful with both the things. In the same way, I can just close this and run it again. If I select the second one, I can see both the stages. So the next advantage I'm going to get in the declarative is, if you refer the scripted and the declarative, you can see there is an option to restart a particular stage in a declarative pipeline. But if you go to the scripted pipeline, you will not see that option. Okay, this is the another advantage in the declarative. So you can restart a build from a particular stage. So if you have 10 stages, from the 5th stage, if you want to restart, your declarative pipeline is not going to give you the option, right? So it is going to have only, your scripted pipeline will not give you option to restart from a particular stage, but the scripted declarative pipeline will give you option to restart from a particular stage. This is the next advantage. It is called options block. Okay, so options block is something, let's say I want to define a timeout for a particular stage, right? And also, if I want to print in the logs, whatever we have seen till now, right? It is not printing any timestamp, right? If you see that, it is printing without any timestamp. Okay, and like that, if you want to have a if you want to print the log files as a color-coded message, like for success, I want to print a green color. For failure, I want to print a red color. So those kind of color coding and other things are not also possible. So for that, I need some additional plugins to be installed. We'll install that plugin and we can use it. So the plugin name is called ANSI Color. Manage Jenkins and manage plugin. Available. Let me search for ANSI. ANSI Color. This is the plugin. Let's install this plugin. Let me restart it. Just log in again. So this is my scripted. So I have installed the ANSI color plugin. If I want to use it inside the job, okay, I want this as a declarative. Yeah, declarative. So if I want to use these options in declarative, I can define them directly like this. In center area, I can define the options. So to print the timestamp, I can use the time is to this. Timestamps. See or extern on a particular stage. If I want to define, this is on the complete pipeline level, I'm enabling this option. And for a particular stage, I want to enable a timeout. I can define that using the same options method. Options. Timeout. Time colon. I want this stage to run within 1 minute. Okay, I will define this as unit. Yes. Yes. Okay. So this is the option for this particular stage, and this is the option for the complete pipeline. So I can straight away give these options here itself. This is a better way of defining the options for a particular stage. So this is how it is going to look like here. But in the scripted pipeline, this is going to be very much clumsy and it is really tough to manage it. I'll show you. So here you are defining the options and you are seeing things. Okay. Let me do something. In the steps, let me print something with the color code. So let's sketch. Change bracket 151. These are basic Linux Xterm formatting. I'm just using that. Okay. Search printer, building application. Let me do the same thing on this step. Instead of building, let me call it as testing application. Testing application. Okay. So if I save this, let me run this. So if you see that it is printing the testing application in a red color. Okay. The build also you can see something similar, and it is adding the current timestamp of that mission. Right. So this is how you can define options in the declarative. So which are like in a centralized way, you are defining the options for the stage and also for the pipeline. But in the script, if you want to do that, so it is going to be very, very confusing. I'll just show you. Inside the node, you need to open up a tag for timestamps. Timestamps. Okay. And inside that, you need to call SI color str. And inside that, you need to create a stage. For the build stage, I'm going to define the timeout. Time colon comma colon. Inside that, I'm going to call the sh command. Okay, then I'm going to build more stage test, and then I'm going to give the timeout time colon it's shell command testing application. Okay, so if you see that I need to define options inside options, right? This is not really going to look like when you see a bigger coding, troubleshooting things are going to be a lot more a problem. Like imagine I want to add one more options to this, okay? Then I need to change all the architecture and this indentation. I need to change the complete file, okay? It is really going to create a trouble for me in managing the code. So that is where declarative handle these options in a better way compared to the scripted. Let's save this. So now I run this scripted. I'll get the same output. There is no issue in the output. But the only thing is how I'm going to write it. That is where the problem. Okay. You see in the scripted, it is printing the timestamp. It is giving the color code. All are fine. Okay. But managing the code is going to be a big trouble for me comparatively. Okay. This is the another advantages on the scripted versus declarative.